is MEGAREVO and Product Engineer Doris, and this is G2 Series single-phase hybrid inverter LCD operation guideline videos.
Tap the settings icon in the top left corner, enter the password. The default password is 11111. Click the third icon in the left-hand data panel to enter the battery settings interface. Battery type supports selection. Lithium battery, lead-acid battery. Charge current sets the allowable charging current. Discharge power limit sets the allowable discharge percentage, i.e., the discharge power as a percentage of the rated power of the model. When the load is powered only by the battery discharge power is determined by the load demand, and is not limited by this percentage parameter setting. Battery awaken, battery wake up. When the battery enters sleep mode due to overdischarge, the inverter will output voltage to the battery port after approximately 5 minutes to wake up the battery. Sleep enable, sleep mode. Enabling this mode means the battery will not operate. No battery mode. Enable this option when no battery is connected. Click the bottom right button to enter the third page of the battery settings interface, which is the lead-acid battery settings page. Float change volt, float charge voltage, refers to constant voltage and low current charging for lead-acid batteries. Input range is 4058 V. Normally, the float charge voltage is set lower than the absorption charge voltage. The default float charge voltage is 55 V, and it is recommended not to exceed 58 V. Back cutoff volt, cutoff voltage, i.e. discharge protection voltage. Input range is 4051 V. This parameter should be set according to the battery manufacturer's recommendation. Battery cap AH, lead-acid battery capacity, which is related to input power. Input range is 51,000. The battery capacity setting affects the maximum charging current. The machine defaults to a 0.2 C charge-discharge rate for charging. For example, setting the capacity to 100 Ah corresponds to a maximum charging current of 100 0.2 equals 20 A. Setting the capacity to 1000 Ah corresponds to a maximum charging current of 1000 0.2 equals 200 A. Click the bottom left button to return to the second page of the battery settings. On this page, charge current sets the battery charging current. If the charging current set here is different from the charging current value calculated based on the battery cap AH setting, the machine will default to using the smaller value for charging. Load 2 volt on. When the lead-acid battery voltage is higher than this value, the load 2 port is allowed to supply power. Load 2 volt off. When the lead-acid battery voltage is lower than this value, the load 2 port stops supplying power. Click the bottom right button to enter the fourth page of the battery settings interface. Absorption volt, constant current charging voltage, the second stage of lead-acid battery charging. Overvoltage, overvoltage protection voltage for lead-acid battery charging. Input range is 50-59.5. The overvoltage protection voltage should be set according to the battery manufacturer's recommended value. After completing the parameter settings of each page, click the Apply button at the bottom right to upload the information to the inverter control system. The inverter will then start executing the configured parameters.
Thank you for your watching. That's all for this video. Contact us if you have any other technical problems. Go to megarevo.com. See you!